Hi and welcome back to my channel. As you've probably seen, I'm trying the astrology series again for this month of November, and I'm up to the rising sign of Cancer rising, Cancean rising, as I like to say, or moon child because it's governed by the moon. So anyway, we've like last month. I've still been guided to use the same decks for now. So we're going to be looking at getting some messages from the Arcana of Astrology deck. And then we're going to look into astrology reading cards. After that, we'll look at first some messages from the Numinous Astro deck. And then for the last astrology related deck is Starcode's Astro Oracle, and we'll see what messages can come through from there. And after we've dealt with the astrology side of things, we'll get some messages from the numerology guidance cards for you, and after that we'll grab some messages from Notes from the Universe on Abundance. Always want messages for abundance. And then last but not least, we'll finish it with some guardian angel messages for you. Okay, so let's hop to it and see what you might need to look into with your chart, your birth chart, what energies you might be needing to look out for. We have had a recent partial solar eclipse, so we're in eclipse season, and depending on when you are watching this, we might be about to have the full moon eclipse, or we already have had it. So there's that as well, and the eclipse season can be pretty intense on its own. Add to that intensity we have Mars retrograde, and so it's pretty much what's the saying? Putting a damp cloth on the fire, or whatever you call it. So it's kind of sort of wherever our fire is in our chart, it's sort of putting a downer on it, a dampener on it. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, with Mars retrograde, because Mars, when it's direct, is about action, activity, go, but when it's retrograde, it's similar to any other retrograde really, and it's making us look more internal about things, or within ourselves. We've got something already. Sun. Okay, well that's Leo energy, 5th house, but that's not where that'd be your 2nd house, your money house. Oh, I thought one dropped. Yeah, so Mars retrograde is actually going to be around for a few months actually. And like with any retrograde, as I was saying, we have I guess you say second chances at working things out, where Mercury retrograde is more about communications. Mars is probably more about full moon. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I mentioned full moon eclipse. So, all right. So we're looking at, perhaps you might need to keep in mind the full moon phase. It could be the eclipse, or it could be another full moon. I think we've only got the eclipse in November, haven't we? Or have we got another full moon? Wait a second. There might be another regular full moon. Oh, I should have. 10th house. Okay, we've got 10th house. 10th house is in Aries, yeah. And Mars rules Aries. 10th house is generally to do with your career, and that's normally Capricorn, Saturn energy. What have we got here? Saturn. Oh, yeah. Saturn rules Capricorn and 10th house energy. You've got Aries in your 10th house. Aries hasn't come through yet. But like here, for instance, 9th or 10th house is where your midheaven is, which is about your career life. And this is coming up with 10th house and Saturn related. Where would Capricorn be for you, though? Where's Capricorn? I'm trying to count them all. Oh, yeah. Cancean rising Capricorn would be your 7th house. Okay, well, that hasn't come through yet. We're looking at career at this point. And the full moon, I would take note of when the full moons are for you. Waning gibbous. Oh, that as well. Okay. Waning gibbous. Right. So you've got full moon and waning gibbous. So around about those times, take note of what's going on for you. Make a bit of a note. Is there any other messages from this deck for the Cancean risers? Whoop, whoop. I think so. What have we got here? First house. Well, that's Cancer rising. Cancean rising. I like to say. Sorry, I just... This one, I think, wanted Venus. Okay. Venus. Well, Venus rules... Actually, Venus rules second house Taurus energy, even if it's not, because your second house is Leo. Like I said, Leo is ruled by the sun. Venus does covers the 7th house. Why did I bring 7th house into it before? Oh, Capricorn, Saturn, right. Okay, well, let's look into the next deck and see what messages we can get. Okay. Cancean risers, what do they need to know? What things do they need to look for in their chart? What transits? Well, the moon and the full moon and the waning gibbous moon are obviously transits. Like what activity is taking place. I'd look at where your Saturn is in your chart as well. Perhaps where your sun is as well. Your sun, Saturn and Venus. Pluto. Ooh. Your ability to transform. Take a big leap forward and rebirth. Wow. Well, we haven't had any Scorpio Pluto energy until now, so let's see what else. Because Pluto governs Scorpio and 8th house. So, is there any other messages from this deck for the Cancean risers? What do they need to know? Oh, there we go. Oh, we've got a planet here. Well, that's a planet too. Gemini. Okay. The energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty and informative. Stimulating exchange is possible. Gemini. Well, that's your 12th house, isn't it? Nothing yet has come out. with Neptune or Pisces energy. Okay, Mars. Okay, your physical energy drives strength and lightning spirit. You see, even though Mars is retrograde, as long as you're able to work with it, knowing that there will be frustrations, then it's kind of like you've got a, what's the word for it? A step up the rung on the ladder kind of thing, because you already know to, that might happen, and therefore you can go, oh, right, okay, this is a bit frustrating. That's right, it's Mars retro, you know. So you can still achieve things in Mars retrograde, just the same as you can still achieve things with a Mercury retrograde. It's just asking you to review things, to look into things a bit more, or to have second chances at something. So maybe there's something you need a second chance at. There's some sort of thing you wanted to go ahead with that until now you've sort of held yourself back, maybe, which involves communication. Gemini is the communication sign. Okay, well, let's see if we can get some more messages from the next deck for the Cancean risers. Okay, my Cancean rising friends. What do you need to know? Oh, there's a few messages there. What have we got here? We've got a few things. Opposition, okay, that can be difficult. It can be challenging, but you can work through it. Opposition is like push-pull. Jupiter hasn't come in here, though, because often Jupiter and Saturn can be a push-pull, because Jupiter expands, Saturn contracts. An opposition just literally means, like, you know how, see, your ascendant is on one side and right on the opposite is your descendant. The midheaven is up the top, right at the opposite is your Imam Koli. So midheaven, career, home life, ascendant, descendant, that sort of thing. So that's, you know, so it's pretty easy to find an opposition in your chart. So relates, mirrors, interacts, confronts, makes conscious, manifests, disciplines, conflicts with, tests, objectifies, calls out. Wow. Okay, then we've got Cancer, which is your rising sign. And we had first house, so that makes sense as well. Yeah, feeling sympathetic, comforting, nostalgic. Yeah. Protective, intuitive, birthing, tender, nocturnal, caring, moody, receptive, lunar, sentimental, introverted, defensive, family-oriented. Okay, and we've got Jupiter. Oh, I just mentioned Jupiter and Saturn. I wonder if you might have that, a Jupiter-Saturn opposition. They're tough, those ones. Because, like I said, Jupiter expands, Saturn contracts, so you've got to find a happy medium in a sense. The balance, that's difficult to try and find the balance with them. So enthusiasm, optimism, generosity, benevolence, beliefs, luck, seeking, travel, positivity, lectures, foreign cultures, teaching, pilgrimage, chance, expansion, leaping, exploration, potential, because it's Sagittarian energy. Jupiter, because that Jupiter rules Sag. Gemini is the opposite of Sag. Gemini is your 12th, so what's Sag, your 6th, is it? I think, maybe. Okay, is there any other messages before I move to the next deck for the Cancean risers? Oh, there is. Oh, anything up? No. Taurus. Ooh, Okay. Taurus is your 11th house. Did we have 11th house come through at all? 10th house. Taurus. Well, we had second house Leo, but it didn't come through yet. Taurus is about, money, stability, earthy, practical, steadfast, productive, fertile, tactile, ample, worthy, ripe, pleasure-seeking, sensual, blooming, solid, possessive, tenacious, loyal, patient, deliberate. What was I? Yeah, Taurus is ruled by Venus, so is Libra, but Libra hasn't turned up, has it? No, I don't think so. Libra would be 7th house energy, but that Libra doesn't cover your 7th. I think Libra covers your 4th house, I think. I'm trying to count. So let's move on to the next deck and see if we can get some more messages to clear this all up and see if we can get some idea of what to look for the month of November for Cancean risers. Oop, it's too many. It's all over the place. Wait, there we go. What do the Cancean risers need to know? Whoop, there we go. We've got one I read. Oh, gee, that's too many. That's quite a few there. I wonder. Mercury, Virgo, solar calm. Well, it's the right way round. So that's a good thing, because if they were reversed, because this deck does reversals, if they were reversed, then they'd be a challenge. But there's no challenge yet. Not that I'm looking for one. Ooh. Oh, that's too many. That's like half the deck. Is there any other messages for Cancean rising friends? Any other messages? No, it's stuck with the others. Okay, I think we're probably done here. Oh, no, we're not. All right, what are you? Oh, Scorpio upside down. All right. Well, that's 8th house. You did not get any 8th house before then, did you? I don't think so. Okay. I think that the concentration will be what's going on around the full and waning gibbous moon. So, perhaps leading up to the full moon, but definitely around the full moon and about up to almost a week. I think half a week to a week after the full moon. So about 3 to maybe 5 days, I think. Now we'll have a look at some of these 4 cards. Moon, Mercury. Now these 3 were up the right way, so we read the gift. Mercury. Mercury was the messenger of the gods. Listen deeply to the messages of your soul, the conduit to spirit, and become the messenger. Well, that's right on Gemini, which Gemini is all about communicating. And Mercury rules Gemini. And Virgo. Wait, he's Virgo as well. Gemini, Virgo, Mercury, boom. Okay, we're not up to that yet. 6. Gift. Okay, hopefully you can see it. The world is gloriously complex. Virgo encourages us to see how the details fit together, how the leaves and twigs make up a forest. Light and shadow co-create our image of the whole. Rather than judge the worth of the part, pay attention to the necessary role each piece plays. The chaff protects wheat so it can grow, and therefore has value even if it's not edible. Perceive not just with your mind, but with mind, heart, and soul together. Heart, well, Leo energy is known for the heart, but also the heart can be Cancean. Fire of the heart, Mars, depends where your Mars is placed. But I'd be looking at Saturn, where Saturn is in your chart, whatever your sun sign is. What might be the opposition? We've got Scorpio and Pluto coming through as well. Okay. So I read Virgo. Now we'll look up Solar Calm 16. Okay. Meditation helps. Well, yeah. Turn down the noise of the outer world and listen with clarity to the knowing within. Let go of the details of the story and feel the call to spirit, to connection, and to the interconnectedness of all existence. In this quiet clarity, you can see far away to the distant stars and come to understand the overarching patterns. Okay. Yeah, notice some patterns for yourself, I guess. Yeah, and yeah, because Taurus likes luxury, likes peace, harmony, calmness. I mean, Libra does too, but Libra hasn't come in here. But neither is Capricorn, though, has it? No. 7th house would be also about relationships, because it's Libran energy no matter what sign it's covering or covers it. Okay, so let's look up Scorpio now, that's in reverse. So it is the challenge part we'll be reading. Okay. Question everything, including your own concerns. Jealousy and possessiveness drain your energy and waste time. Ooh, see, that's a Scorpio energy. Often jealousy and possessiveness. Before triggering your defenses, the Scorpion's sting, ask if that response will get you what you actually need. Yeah, see, this is the thing, we might feel triggered quite often because of Mars being retrograde. Like, a lot of things seem like they're just not moving fast enough, or there's delays of some description, and it's frustrating. So that might trigger us, whatever sign we are, in any case. So if we already are aware that, okay, Mars is retrograde, we may get some frustrations. Knowing that ahead of time, we can kind of work with that, if that makes sense. It's not fun, but at least, we'll have some idea of what's going on. So, yeah, I'd be looking at the time frame of the full moon to the waning gibbous within a week, either side of that time frame. Yeah, and where your Saturn is, first house was just your Cancer rising. I'd look at your Sun as well, your Sun and Saturn and Venus. Well, we already know about Mars. Yeah, but look into also what is in opposition, because it might be something transiting that's actually in opposition to one of your natal birth chart planets, see? And that might be also why there's that, that extra need to try and keep a balance in that way, because that's exactly what happens. Transiting planets will hit certain areas of our chart and then make different aspects, and the opposition is one of many aspects. See if any of those planets might be in opposition to each other, whether that's transiting to your natal or, hopefully that makes sense. So we'll look into the numerology now and see what guidance you guys can get for the month of November from the numerology guidance cards. Oop. Oh, sure, that's too many. Okay. What do the Cancean rising people need to know? What do the Cancean risers need to know? What would help them in November, this month of November? What do they need to know? Cancean risers. 10th house. 10th house, 10th house is ruled by Aries, isn't it? Which 10th house is about your career. Ruled by Aries. Mars is self-discipline. Ooh. Yeah. Mars is retrograde. Mars is the ruler of Aries, and Aries is covering your 10th house, career. Yeah. So there might be frustration with your career. But communication and self-discipline, because we've got the red fire colour again. Any other messages for the Cancean risers? Anything more they need to know from the numerology? Also 41, 4 plus 1 is 5, and 5 in numerology also means freedom. So that's another aspect you could be looking at in that way as well, that you can as long as you can work through this Mars retro business, just go slow like Saturn likes. Try not to get too frustrated. Communicate as best you can. This was upright, so it's not in reverse, so it's not negatively impacting. So yeah, I think you can still get ahead. Is there any more messages? No, I don't think there is. We'll move straight into, since we've mentioned career as well anyway, but let's have a look at the abundance messages. What was notes from the universe on abundance? Oop, we've got one. Oh, look, it's water. You guys like your water. Waterfall. Okay, it says, have you wondered if when you just close your eyes, take a few minutes and redirect your thinking, the monsters might shrink, the grins might grow, and the floodgates might begin trembling again? I can't see that. Try it, except when drinking. Oh, sorry, except when driving. Yes, except when driving. The universe. Yeah. Where did it, was it here? yeah, redirect your thinking. The monsters don't have to be as big as... And look, here again, look, as I said, freedom before, how, you know, with the Phoenix rising, that's freedom in itself. So, yeah. Yeah, because as long as we can, you know, try and do our best to balance our thinking, knowing that, okay, we're dealing with this Mars retro. It's not going to be around for just a few days. It's going to be a few months worth. So we might as well get used to it, kind of thing. Now this came through, so I'll pull it out. Lots of orange. There's your solar plexus too. Energy. That's creativity, isn't it? Okay. Do you know what's a million times better than getting to the top of the mountain? Getting there after having been lost. Oh, yeah, the universe. Yeah. Because sometimes you can feel a bit lost if everything seems to not be going your way and you don't really get why, and it's all really frustrating. But, you know, if you've got a bit of an idea of what to look out for and what energies you're working with and how to balance it out, best way to balance it out, then you're halfway there, kind of thing, really. And you can be at the top of the mountain. Is there any other abundance messages for the Cancean risers? Got any more? Ooh, 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 ooh. Nearly. There was too many. It wasn't just the one. Is there any more messages for abundance for the Cancean rising friends? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a couple. All right. Let's pop the rest over there and read these. Okay, so another orange one with water. Okay. Every fortune, gold medal and trophy, every comeback, triumph and celebration, and every kiss, hug and hand held was first a thought, a whisper or a dream. Go, the universe. And then we've got this one, another water one. Okay. And this says, it's not a matter of whether or not you can afford it, swing it, or handle it. It's a question of whether or not I can. And I can, the universe. See, because it's like the universe is talking to you. Yeah. So you've got the universe backing you up. And Phoenix rising, freedom. So let's have a look at the guardian angel messages to finish this off and see what they have to say. What messages for the Cancean risers? Ooh. Ooh, look, positive change. Hopefully you can see it. Dare to be different. When you are criticized, remember that you will never please everyone. Many brilliant and gifted individuals were not fully appreciated or understood in their own lifetime. Yet it is often they who have sown the seeds of change. Wow. Can we get any more? Hopefully the camera won't run out. It's done it with a couple of them already. It's annoying. So hopefully I can get some more messages before it decides to die. Prayer. Okay. Dear guardian angel, help me to be flexible in my attitudes and beliefs. Flexible, Scorpio, Pluto, got to be more flexible. Help me not to fear the transient nature of life. Help me to remember the eternal light which emanates from my soul and the eternal light which emanates from the heart of every living thing, help me to remember that I am eternally guided and loved by God and all creation. And we have acceptance. Oh, gee, I don't know if you can see it. There is nothing about you that you need to fix. Reclaim the disowned parts of you that yearn for love and acceptance. You are beautiful just as you are, regardless of any faults you may perceive you have. You are an eternally radiant being of light. Accept all that you are and just be you. When you truly accept yourself, your whole world will magically and lovingly transform. Is there any final messages before my phone cuts out? I want to get maybe one or two more if we can. Whoa. Or three by the looks of it. We'll see if we can fit those in. Oopsie. There we go. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Well, first, surrender, full moon. Remain positive about the future of our planet, for all is part of humanity's evolution. There is a divine order to all the chaos which you perceive in our world. Nothing will ever truly change until we learn to love and accept all as it is. Lovingly surrender your judgments and expectations, and your life will magically transform. I think that, didn't that come up in here somewhere about the thinking? I want to end on that one. If there's time, hopefully there is. Sorry if I'm rushing it. I just ran out with a couple of other ones, so I don't want this one running out. Peace. Calm your thoughts and move your awareness to a peaceful space inside your heart. Feel the ebb and flow of love, the eternal movement of the stars. Your life is forever unfolding to greater spheres of love. Relax and do not worry about anything, for all is well. You will soon enter a time of well-earned peace and tranquility. And then we have miracle. Dearest one, even if all hope seems lost, let not hope slip away, for I, your guardian angel, am constantly by your side. Surrender, Surrender all your concerns to me and trust in the healing power of love. Please believe that you are never alone. Together we shall work through each issue or situation which is of concern to you. All heals with the passing of time. Magic and miracles are about to manifest. So on that note, I hope you can see it there. Oh, the camera's just not great. Anyway, on that note, I think, yep, as I said before, keep track of when the full moon is. The full moon eclipse is going to be around the 8th, I think, of November. But yeah, depends when you're watching this. It might have already happened by then. But yeah, just like I said with the planets, you've got Saturn. Have a look at Saturn. See whatever's in opposition, that you, at least then you know, okay, the signs and the energies of the houses as well, that whatever is opposing whatever, if that makes sense. But you're going to have freedom as long as you remember, if you do get a bit frustrated, just go, oh yeah, that's Mars retrograde. Okay, I can work with this. You know what I mean? And yeah, because you've got a lot to look forward to. So I wish you all the best for November, my Cancean rising friends, and take care, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye for now.